frags just yet, but Shock finds Crew, and the Earthshatter comes in. It's massive! Paragon showing us it's his turf. White's now
and a pulse pop from Trev ends up getting the double kill there in the backline. Upgrade able to pick up. Oh goodness, here comes the Blizzard. Gonna look to get the intent.
And then the sleep though, and the nade in, and they don't even need a single ult here to win it other than Shatter. And Kavat taking out Sosher there from a mile away.
The upgrade taking out big throws. That's the long one. Oh, but
Paragon with another Shatter! That's three
Shatters! Getting love in the back. This may be possible. It could be. It really could be the boom. Oh, still here.
Welcome to season 3. Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup. Welcome to season 3.
Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup.
Welcome to season 3.
Welcome to season 3 of the Rose Cup.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing match at Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the beginning of Season 3 of the Rose Cup. We have an exciting matchup for you tonight in the Diamond Division. Dark Allegiance versus Canis Aureus. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the person that really should put some clothes on, a.k.a. Hidden Pants on the color roll tonight. How you doing, Hidden Pants?
Oh, shalom to you, my friend.
It has been too long, my buddy. It has been too long.
Oh, this is a brand new community I see here. What do we got on the menu for tonight?
We've got, as I said, Dark Allegiance versus Canis Aureus coming in for the Diamond Division tonight. So this is the beginning of the season. We got no stats whatsoever, so it's literally anyone's game tonight. Like we've got no sway in either direction. I do see some familiar faces. I know we've got Krev coming in for the side of Canis Aureus. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm really excited. Looks like we're going to be starting off on Lijiang Tower this evening. So as soon as they give the ready, and we are good to go already, folks. It looks like we've already got some hype in the chat from Arxn. I hope I said that right. With the wow. As we head into the night market for our first map. Now, note, this season, it's 2-2-2 lock, folks. I know some people may be sad to hear that, but with 126 teams, not too many people are sad about it, I guess. So we have got quite a season in store for you all. 12 weeks of our regular season, 4 to 5 weeks of playoffs. We're going to be going at this for quite some time, and it all starts here today. So, Hidden Pants, what do you see coming out right now?
For what I'm really seeing right now is that with the introduction of Roll Lock, now the gimmicky strats of what was now the more properly first place team of GOATs is no longer existent. So now with that, a lot of new popular metas have been popping up recently. The most prominent one definitely being Bunker Comp, with that being Orisa Hog, with the definite shield break of Hanzo or going double sniper. And with the two supports either being Ana Baptiste, Mercy Baptiste, or a Ana Zen. Having a defensive ultimate is huge, but we just have to see how well these players play this evening.
All right, well, it looks like we're seeing the Orisa Diva come out for the side of Canis Aureus as they go ahead and work their way in. Ozzy already getting the pick onto Karev early on as the Symmetra. As they go ahead and move into the objective, they're going to go ahead and lock things down. We see the halt hook combo come in, but the Maywall goes ahead and separates things off. Not able to get the hook onto that, and it looks like Canis Aureus looking to see if they can go ahead and get set up on the objective, and we'll end up getting that first control point, but the fight is far from over. We're going to see Kreb coming into the backline as that Symmetra, looking to see if they can do some melting damage, as Symmetra has been really huge lately with this 2-2-2 roll lock. CA able to take down Ozzy as Joey Monster falling to Karev. Clue following up on Univercoder, and that is going to be a hold of the objective already up to 25% and climbing for Canis Aureus.
With that, it would definitely just show that once you get that early game pick, it doesn't matter how much pressure you can actually put onto there. If you are not controlling that objective point, you are going to lose those fights, especially with a May Orisa just prominently pushing up. With the Pharah trying to get as much damage as she can off, she really needs to find a new flank route to try and stop this.
Oh, but we're going to see that barrage come in the back line. Snee ends up getting the triple kill right there as Cactus follows up on Snee in return. That might be exactly what they need as we see the Dark Allegiance taking control of the objective. That's going to go ahead and start their percentage climb now. 3% and climbing to 56% for Canis Aureus.
Having the switch over to hit scan is definitely going to make a big change for this, but the number one issue that I'm definitely seeing for right now is the D.Va aggression not being able to be put on the Pharah to prevent that high damage coming off. For having a barrage already, even with the global 12% change, that is not a good sign with how quickly Pharah was able to get it for the second fight.
Ozzy swapping over to the McCree. Ore taking down Krev right after coming in the teleporter as the Blizzard coming down from CA, looking to see if they could do some cleanup. Ends up getting two. Ozzy able to pick off CA as well. And it looks like that was exactly what Canis Aureus needed. 58% and climbing as they retake control of the objective to the 34% of Dark Allegiance.
Having that kind of pressure on Pharah really helps the team make sure that they can't get those picks. But right now, with how the teams are being set up, we have this next fight coming into 3 ultimates, with now the defending team only being able to have 3. The Symmetra Wall will be able to help in some situations, but we have to see how this combo goes.
And the bongos whole hog. Ore popping everybody into the corner. Snee able to take down Clue as we see the protection going to Fuse thanks to Creighton's shield. Ozzy able to get the double kill onto Newt, and Shad right there looking to gain control of the point as we saw the wall come out from Krev trying to save the day, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, we have the Distractame from CA trying to hold on to the objective, just almost there at the 99% mark, but we're going to see it swap over to Dark Allegiance once again, 40% and climbing.
The 98% though really does just mean that it's 99%. The overtime's still going to kick into effect when the action is going to be coming in. What really needs to be happening as of right now is that they can space out the new defending team's attack with how the D.Va is going to be coming in with the initiation. Having both your DPS ultimates available and ready for this, you have to space it out correctly. If not, these are going to be lost fights, and then the point control is going to be coming over to Canis Aureus.
All right, well, it looks like we see Krev swapping over to the Ashe for this fight as Fuse Ore getting the hook shot onto Newt. We're going to see the Nano coming in onto Cretan, looking to see if they can do some damage, and they will as they take down Clue with the punch. Cactus ends up following up on Snee, though, as we see the DMAC come in. Fuse taking down CEA as they continue to hold on to control of the objective. The hook shot comes in for Fuse, taking down Krev, 90% and climbing right now for Dark Allegiance, and it looks like we may see the final fight here.
That right there just instantly puts that whole cap into the perspective of with it. With Baptiste down out of the fight and the only ultimate coming out is the Mail, we have to be sure that this D.Va can be focusing on where to be focusing these targets. With that in mind, they want to be sure that they keep the cap on May so that way she can't have that point contest.
It was back and forth, but everything's coming up blue right now, and it looks like Dark Allegiance going to go ahead and take the very first match of, or take the first map of the evening rather, and start their victory streak, if you will, 1-0 here on the night market. But with that being said, we've got lots more Overwatch to go. Heading in to the control center now, we're going to be able to see if Canis Aureus able to take this in the second map, or if we're going to end up giving a match point to the side of Dark Allegiance.
There was a bit of a sloppy start for the beginning, but they were able to immediately just get right back onto it with the immediate far ultimate in the flank side. But the one thing though I definitely was super just thrown off by was just the Lucio Baptiste. The Lucio was there for the engaging, but they were figuring out what kind of combination they were really going with. With that, we also see Serve immediately switching back over to the Ashe to try and have some hit scan potential to stop the Pharah, but now we really want to see how well this kind of coordination pushes now.
All right, well, it looks like we've got traditional Ryan Zarya coming in for Dark Allegiance, but CA able to take down Ozzy with the Storm Arrow as Cretan follows up on Krev with the Fire Strike. That's going to be an even fight going into the objective, as we do again see this this Diva Orisa combo from the side of Canis Aureus. It's not going to be enough though, as Cretan just slamming that hammer all over the place. Looked like it was going to go in control of Canis Aureus, but it's going to end up being in control of Dark Allegiance as they start their percentage climb.
No one is keeping check with this Pharah. The Diva immediately was able to only contest after the team was already down 2 people. There really needs to be a contest against this heavy-hitting DPS. Right now, Snee is about to be going into this next ultimate with 75% from just the first fight. That is incredibly impressive. If he can keep up that entire pressure the rest of the night, Aureus really needs to be sure that they can get those fixes very quickly.
All right, well, the Nano coming in on Cretan as they go ahead and move in as kind of a distraction, really. We're not seeing much of a push in from Canis Aureus right now, as Kreb swapping over to the McCree, looking to be that additional hit scan to try to take them out. The Shatter ends up coming down, does get 1, and here comes the oh! The tackle gets 2! Oh, no? Almost 2. Almost got Newt as well, as we see the bongos come in along with the amplification matrix and the dragons. That may be exactly what they need. A lot of ultimates used, didn't get a lot of picks until they ended up getting into the objective, though. We're going to see CA getting the final pick onto Univercoder, and that's going to go ahead and swap things over to them. 60% for the side of Dark Allegiance, 7% and climbing to the side of Canis Aureus.
Let's hopefully see that with now Snee and Fuse both sitting on their ultimates, they can be able to get a devastating combo and not have it be eaten by the Diva. But what I really want to see though is just a little bit more effort being pushed out from Clue. He really needs to be making sure he's getting these backline pulls and just being able to keep that spacing between the Rein Zarya, so that way he can keep up his damage output and the Reinhardt can have very minimal output.
All right, well, Snee already in the backline getting picks as Cretan gets the tackle on Krev, so there's no hit scan right now on the objective. Diva Bomb coming down, looking to see if it can do something, but the shield of Cretan gonna go ahead and keep everyone in the fight. Here comes the DMAC right there from Univercoder as Ozzy follows up on Newt. Cactus going to end up falling to Fuse as well as Clue, and that's going to swap back over to Dark Allegiance, 64% and climbing to the 47% of Canis Aureus.
Still, the ult management that's coming out from Dark Allegiance tonight has been showing very useful. With coming up in this next fight, they're having 3 almost to 5 ultimates, with Reinhardt being at 76% ultimate charge. This team fight is going to be very, very well won if they can actually keep their ult management right on point and keep themselves in that same point.
In the back line, we end up seeing the Batiste Shad get taken down by the barrage after the immortality field goes down. We see the freeze coming in from CA, trying to prevent them from getting in on the Graviton drop by Fuse. Overtime ticking away right now, but it looks like they will be able to grab the objective. Kreb with the double kill onto Cretan and Fuse charging in. Kreb gonna also take down Joey Monster, and that is going to be control of the objective. We saw Cactus swap over to the Hog. Oh, that hook. That was beautiful, taking Snee right out of the sky. Who needs a hit scan when you got a Roadhog with a hook, am I right? And the Bongo's going to go ahead and engage the next fight already as Cactus and Kreb taking down Ozzy and Cretan. CEA following up onto Fuse as Kreb follows up on Joey Monster. And that's going to be a fight won before the battle really even started. 80% and climbing for the side of Canis Aureus. And right now they're a little low when it comes to the ultimate standings.
Let us see. Let us see if they can get these clean picks.
It may be. Univercoder ends up coming in and getting CA as the amplification matrix ends up coming down for Shad. Kreb able to take down Snee very early as the Graviton Surge coming out from Fuse ends up getting the double kill along with Cretan's double. They're going to go ahead and take the objective back in their favor, 99 to 99%. And we're going to see the first map win go ahead and go to the Dark Allegiance as they go ahead and claim Lijiang Tower.
That is one person we're going to have to keep our eyes on for tonight, is definitely Snee coming out and just heavily aggressive Pharah plays, with them even having to only have little itty-bitty times of where they could actually contest any form of damage or even try and prevent any form of damage from coming out. We really
Yeah.
want to be sure that we're watching the rest of this gameplay for him from them for the rest of the evening, and we really want to be sure that we can keep our eyes out, especially for Krev as well. As soon as he went over to going over and playing on McCree, they were able to keep up with what they were needing to. They were taking out the Pharah as well as the Mercy, and the Roadhog even helped to complement it by getting that nasty hook.
I completely agree with you there. Go ahead and look in the chat and see what you all have been talking about this evening. Dry Baka saying, Krev, how many teams are you on? Which is interesting because Krev, I believe, started out with who was it? It was either Pups Academy or Kings Row Saints in the gold division during season 2. Ended up moving up to platinum division, and now we're seeing Krev in the diamond division. So I honestly have no idea how many teams Krev is on, but they've definitely been working themselves up in the off season based on what I've been seeing here. It looks like Arcsen asking what is the SR range? Tonight's diamond, so we'll be seeing matches, the SR matches between should be 3K to like 3.7 or 3750 ish is kind of where everyone is supposed to be sitting at right now. Let's see. It looks like we have questions about Sigma. Sigma is not going to be coming in until Sigma is live. Until Sigma is live in competitive. I know people will argue, oh, he's live in competitive now. We are in roll queue beta, all right? This is not the like legit start of a new season. So we are going to be seeing him come out September 1st when the new season starts with the applied 222. Should be incredibly interesting. It looks like Drabaka saying Canis had a whole roster change pretty much during the off season, so that's why we're seeing Krev all the way up here. So, and it looks like I've caught up with everything. So let's go ahead and see. What do you think so far, Hidden Pants, about kind of what we've been seeing coming out from either of these teams? As it looks like we're headed into Eichenwald for our next match.
Canis Aureus was definitely showing a lot of good potential at the beginning of the game with that first early point contest. Even with them being a man down, they were still able to keep their own and preventing their halt hooks from coming in based with just the Maywall preventing that. But we really, really, really want to be sure that if they're going to be running the Diva Orisa, the Diva has to be putting that effort to stop Pharah from building as much ult charges as they were. With having that many ultimates within a single game as Pharah, and with how quickly she was able to build them up, those kinds of plays will ultimately change the way how you want to be viewing Pharah within this game. If she is going to just keep flying in the air and not getting enough damage to build up an ult charge for even one ult during the rest of the game, that's fine. But if they're able to keep putting out as much pressure as what we've been seeing Snee doing, that is a huge problem, and that priority focus needs to be swapped for them so that way they can keep on their toes, and that way Snee isn't just going through doing what he has been doing and getting an easy 2-0 against what sides of Canis Reyes has shown.
Nope, I completely agree with you there. And it seems like Krev was answering that call as we saw the swaps over to the McCree. Unfortunately, just still not having that same management in making sure that Snee was out of the sky. And again, we're going to see Snee come back in with Raccoon now as their Pharah Mercy partner. It looks like Ozzy going to be taking on the Ashe for this match as we see the Hog Risa come out for Fuse and Univercoder on the Batiste once again. It looks like for the attacking side, though, we haven't really decided what we're going to... Oh, Krev starting with the double sniper already. Okay, this should definitely be an interesting matchup to start things off. Looks like in the chat people are asking, is Goats playable? No, Goats is not playable. I'm sorry. 222 luck is in effect, folks. As Azar says, we want to replicate owl changes as much as possible. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We see the halt hook come in very quickly. Ozzy able to capitalize on that, take Cactus right out of the fight already within the first 20 seconds. As we see the halt hook try to come in once again. Not going to be good enough to grab anyone though right there as we go ahead and see them wait for the reset. Snee looking to see if they can get CA in the back line up there. Ends up getting separated from Raccoon, but not going to be good enough. The immortality field's coming out for either side, but the only one really holding on. Oh my goodness, look at that res coming in from Raccoon right there. The Mercy Wiggle right there. Gotta love that Mercy Wiggle. Ends up bringing Cretan back into the fight as we see the rest of Canis Aureus moving into the objective right now. They're holding on pretty strongly. The Hulk comes up, but not a hook in sight as we see Cactus swapping over to the Diva. The Amplification Matrix coming out for Newt, looking to see if they can do some damage. Sleep Dart comes in on Fuse, but ends up getting woken up pretty early in the fight. Amplification Matrix still out. Bob coming into the fight already from Ozzy, looking to see if they can defend, but they're not on the objective. All they're doing is damage. Newt ends up taking them down. Snee coming out with the barrage, gets the double kill, and just shy of a second tick on the objective. We're going to see a Dark Allegiance retake control with 2 minutes 20 seconds on the clock.
Krev has been showing us that even with the Widow putting out that much pressure onto Snee has been coming out of these fights and been playing so many corners with this. But with that also being said, at the very beginning of these fights, we have been seeing Krev also been trying to take these 1v1s and then barely escaping with his life. And with that, they also want to be sure to be watching out for the Halt Hook combo that has just been being shown as the bread and butter between Fuse and Cretan.
Nope, that is absolutely huge. Ozzy with the triple kill between the Dynamite and that Coach Gun, just cleaning up the side of Canis Aureus right now. 1 minute 45 seconds on the clock as Fuse ends up getting the pick onto CEA, and that's going to be just a small delay in Canis Aureus' re-attack of the point.
With that though, the swap has been made from having a Widow to an Ashe, and with that only just beginning, we now just get to see how much pressure we get to be seeing from an Ashe, and hopefully getting a bomb on the side of the defending team.
It's the Bongo v Bongo, but gonna get taken out right there by Snee back in the action. Fuse coming out with the whole hog, ends up taking Clue out of the fight as Snee is able to follow up on Krev. Ozzy following up on that immortality field, trying to keep the rest of the team alive, and they're gonna go ahead and back up and reset right now. It looks like we're having quite a bit of difficulty from the side of Canis Aureus right here as they try to move their way into the objective, and Ozzy already getting the pick onto Clue early in the fight. Cretan following up on Newt right there. That is really two big characters you don't want to see going out at the very beginning of a team fight, and only 40 seconds on the clock.
My goodness. Like I was saying in the previous match, whenever Dark Allegiance is keeping up with their ult management, they are showing extremely strong potential and really putting out a lot of output for this team.
Oh, look at that Halt. Ended up booping Bob a little bit out of position, but the Diva Bomb gonna end up coming in from Cactus. It just ends up getting the immortality field, unfortunately, as they use the amplification matrix, trying to push in on it. It looks like it will be possible. The res ends up coming in from Raccoon, though, bringing Cretan back into the fight, but they're going to get taken out quick. Snee in the back line ends up getting Clue and Krev as we see CA coming in now as the Junkrat ends up getting the second tick on the objective, trying to hold on as long as possible. It is Mercy and Farah versus Batiste and Junk, and the tire comes out to clean up Raccoon as Ozzy now coming back in as the Tracer. The dive composition of Winston and Hammond come back in to contest the point, and it may end up being successful. Krev trying to touch the point, keep overtime ticking away as long as possible as Clue trying to hold on. Ozzy ends up getting the double kill onto Krev, and Clue overtime going to tick by, and that is going to be a hold of objective number 1, 82.2% captured by the side of Canis Aureus. They have got quite a defense in front of them.
Oh, let's take a look. So 82.2%. With that, it was just immediately not taking into account that you still have to deal with the Pharah that had a very large ultimate that was able to stop the rest of the fight. With the Nano going towards the Baptiste, though, it was a good play to help clean up some of the kills and keep up with the survivability of that single healer. But unless you have something that can easily prevent a Pharah from just immediately causing that much devastation and then stalling out for that long for the rest of the team to recover, is what we saw from Creedon and Fuse coming back as Winston and Hammond. The stall was just way too strong against just a Baptiste and a Junkrat, when the Junkrat's priority should have just been getting rid of the ball and getting rid of that essential stall. They went for the Mercy, and even with that just devastating blow to the team, they weren't able to get the picks and they weren't able to keep it up. But let's just see. Defense Eichenwald is a whole different battle to be facing, especially when you can be coordinating super well amongst your two tanks.
All right, it looks like we're going to end up seeing the Orisa Hog combo coming out from the side of Canis Aureus once again, but it looks like we're seeing a Winston Hog. I don't know. Is this something that y'all been seeing in GM land there? Hidden Bands?
The only reason why people would ever want to go Winston is to have a backline potential dive that can possibly just immediately disrupt what a bunker comp can actually have, but it only works well against a team that isn't as heavily coordinated nor has a Mei. But with
So
that also being said, it
Yeah.
just all depends. It depends on the team coordination with it. It's
All right,
harder
well-
to pull off, but if you can do it, it's pretty useful.
All right, well, they're trying to make it work, but Cactus going to take down Creedon early. Fuse following up on CA, but Cactus going to take down Ozzy as Raccoon falls to Krev right there. The Immortality Field keeping everybody up, and the only one left near the objective right now is Fuse, who is going to end up getting taken down by Cactus. Shad ends up falling to Univercoder as well, just before retreating from the rest of the team right there. They do have the spawn advantage though, and not without having the rest of the team back into the fight is definitely going to be difficult. The anti-nade ends up coming in as Creedon able to get the pick onto Newt. Cactus following up on Creedon as Raccoon follows up on Cactus. It's back and forth right now, but the more blue I see, the more I wonder what is going to happen on this objective as we see the spin to win coming out from Fuse trying to hold on. CA ends up getting taken down. That lone Mei on the objective trying to hold on as much as possible. As Snee follows up on Shad and Ozzy follows up on Newt. It looks like that is going to be a capture of this objective as the Primal goes ahead and holds the door. Dark Allegiance going to take our second map of the evening already, making it 2-0 right now against Canis Aureus.
Let's see this beautiful Bob in action.
Which Bob was it though? That's the question.
It
I'm
was the
asking.
Halt Bob.
Oh, I was actually.
Nope, it
oh
was the
no,
multiple
this
dynamite.
was yeah.
It was the multiple dynamite.
Woo-hoo. Talk about being on fire. All right.
But the win conditions that was coming out for Dark Allegiance really wasn't so much what could be potentially pushing towards the rest of it. It was definitely leaning more towards Genji Blade combo, because even if the Zenyatta was able to build his trance up high enough and being able to keep himself alive for that long, he still would have not had enough healing between himself and also the other main healer to prevent that. Even with Baptiste ultimates as well, and with just invulnerability, it's still very difficult to do because of how much AoE damage Winston can pump out, how much frontline damage Winston can put out. The Tracer diving in with the Winston and the Genji and having the Lucio push everyone up together while having the Ana in the backline. It was an odd way of working it, but Dark Allegiance did do something a little bit wacky, and they were able to make it something that they used really well.
Absolutely. Well, we are going to be back in about 5 minutes. We've already made it to our halftime break. Go ahead and enjoy this halftime video from one of our video editors, Elfie. She put together a little compilation of what happened during our off season. So go ahead and check it out, and the Rose Cup will be back in just about 5 minutes.
Get down. Get down. Get down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound. Get down. The bass and sound.
has ult, he has ult, he has ult!
Where's Rail?
trying to
Oh, there he is.
produce.
Rail Cox. That's
Kill Zarya, kill Zarya. Don't allow it.
Zarya.
It's just Zarya, boys!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing match here at the Rose Cup. The first matchup of Season 3 this evening. I'm Captain Jack, your play-by-play, joined by Hidden Pants, our color commentator for the evening. How was your break there, Hidden Pants?
I was watching Hearthstone videos.
Woo!
He
That
was not
sounds
doing too good.
incredibly. I guess that's not good to hear. I was watching that amazing compilation that we had come in from Elfie for our halftime video. Hopefully, you all enjoyed that as well. So, we are definitely glad to see you all out here. If you're interested in continuing to follow the action here at the Rose Cup, go ahead, hit that heart at the top of your screen or hit that subscribe button, $4.99, or a Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription will continue to help out this amazing community of 126 teams that we have during this season. So let's go ahead and see what our next map is going to be. So we went into the half. Dark Allegiance was up 2-0 after their fights on both Eichenwald and Lijiang Tower. So now we're finding ourselves in an odd position. We still have to play out all 4 maps because, as in regular season, map differential does take effect in some way, shape, or form. So we are going to end up seeing at least 4 maps this evening. But can Canis Aureus bring it back as we move into Hanamura?
Hanamura. Oh, let us go and let's seek solace for our
I
fallen
know.
brother.
I need my very, very long beard that I can twirl with my fingers.
The one thing though I
Hanamura.
do absolutely love about this map is how well they detailed the cherry blossoms.
Oh, it is absolutely beautiful, those cherry blossoms.
They look so good. You know, it
I
looks even
mean,
better.
they look even better when they're just completely covered in blood from the bodies of your enemies.
What? No.
What?
What? What?
What? Is that what happens here?
No.
Are you sure that's not what happens here?
No.
I saw the Hanzo cinematic. I know what happens here.
The only thing that I'm actually kind of confused about, and I'm just noticing this more and more, it's built into a hillside, and then down below they actually do have like trees and more boulders, but the wall goes all the way down and barely covers even what they're protecting against. Are they protecting themselves against the city, or are they protecting themselves against climate control? Like what exactly? What exactly are they like what exactly is this wall for? Is it to protect trees?
I don't know. I really
Captain
don't
Jack,
know.
you speak for the trees. What do they say?
The trees say it's time for more Overwatch as we see a
Perfect.
bunker attack coming out for the side of Canis Aureus. We're going to see again Snee and Raccoon on that Pharah Mercy combo. Ozzy coming out as the Ashe with now Dratom. It seems that we had a swap right there in our main tanks. Yeah, Dratom coming in. And it looks like they're going to set that bunker up on the high ground right there, moving in with the Symmetra turret. Both immortality fields are down, but the Dynamite going to keep things going right there. The Res tries to come in from Newt, but it's not going to be enough as they get picked off by Snee. And that is a... Oof. That was bad, folks. That was bad. I mean, the plan was good. I won't say the plan wasn't good, but it just completely got dominated by Snee in the sky. What do you think there, Hidden Pants?
The plan was fine, but the execution was a bit faulty. The moment that the Bastion and the Immortality field was down from that fight, the moment that those kind of moments were pushed in together, Cactus really has to be sure that they're playing well and preventing that kind of high output damage coming out from Snee. He can't be sitting there just protecting what the Orisa is dishing out. He really needs to be certain that he's blocking what Snee is going for.
Whoa, I gotta stop you right there. Did you see that, bro?
Hey, you have
like
have
pointed
to do
through
what you
the
have to do.
window upwards at CA. I was like, what in the world is Snee hitting up there? And then I saw CEA fall and was like, alrighty then. That is crazy right there. Looking in the chat, it looks like Enzo TV is like, why won't Canis play dive? Feels bad, man. And honestly, I feel like that would be a good pick for this. Oh, but Krev coming out with the Dynamite ends up getting the double kill right there on Raccoon and Dratom. And that might be enough for them to hold on, except for the hook that comes in onto Krev from Fuse. Snee following up in the backline ends up getting the double kill as the whole hog comes out at the end of the bongos, ends up taking down Clue. Now it's just Fuse versus Shad and Cactus, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to go ahead and move their way into the objective. Bob coming out to try to defend with the rest of the team, ends up taking down Cactus and Shad right there, and will continue to defend. Canis Aureus has the advantage right here and is just not taking advantage of the situation.
Got a big old boy coming out and he's saying hi and saying howdy. Just looking absolutely fantastic with his tiny hat.
I completely agree. But unfortunately, Canis Aureus was not able to bring out a big old boy of their own. And the Hall Hook comes in once again. Clue going to get taken down by Ozzy with assistance from Fuse. And that's going to go ahead and push the team back 60 seconds on the clock right now as the res comes in from comes in from Newt in the backline right there. Now they're separated out from their team as Dratom and Snee get the double. Barrage comes in, ends up getting the double as well. And it just seems like Dark Allegiance is just steamrolling this map.
Steamrolling, you say?
Steamrolling. I mean, even with the picks that we saw that came out earlier, that we would feel that Canis Aureus would be able to take advantage of, they just didn't. Like, it was literally just Ozzy and Fuse on the objective, and between the whole hog and the Bob, they were still able to hold them off.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest issue as of right now, though, is that even with Snee going up against a hit scan and also an opposing Pharah, there's a lot of things that are coming out that just Snee is just having so much free reign and having that very nice Mercy Pocket, just immediately keeping up all that pressure onto their team, and they are just not following up and complementing that kind of damage output.
Nope, I completely agree with you
Bob
there.
with the double kill uppercut.
Oh. Unfortunately, it was just a little too late. Not even a percentage captured on the objective. Canis Aureus could possibly tie this up, but nevertheless, even if they do succeed in a tie, you can already determine that this match, this whole entire series is going to end up going to Dark Allegiance. As with the tie, they'll still end up with a 2-1 if they win on our final map.
We still have a lot of exciting Overwatch to be seeing this evening.
I
Absolutely wonderful.
I agree. I feel like there is something going. I feel like there's something going on, and apparently, Hidden Pants, you are now Yoda as the color
Oh.
commentator. So, oh, question. We ask these questions. We shall.
No, we answer the questions we do.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I'm not Yoda.
Oh, we got this, boys. We're gonna be going in. We're gonna be using a Symmetra. We're gonna be doing what they did, but we're gonna do it better. We're gonna go straight up to the top left. We're gonna
Well,
just push right into them. We're gonna have double shield. We're gonna be sure that we just get in there and we just mess them up real good, eh, boss?
okay there, Hidden Pants. Don't be bringing out your Brooklyn accent for us just yet.
Yeah, you think that's a good Brooklyn accent?
I think it was pretty good.
No.
I'm also not any type of high rate casting agent of any kind. So would I know? No, I would not know.
Brooklonian.
I'm also not a Brooklonian. As we see, oh no! That was exactly what they didn't want to happen right there. The Maywall came up, ended up defending them as they went into the portal, and we're gonna end up seeing this bunker composition just completely go down. CA just,
I
oh
told
man.
you. I told you. I knew what was happening.
But
Let's
I was
go.
just,
Let's go. Good
wow.
job, Ozzy. Even with Fuse being delayed, it was still absolutely incredible. And here we come, seeing the big Ognic Butler coming in and
Nope.
just showing
No
us.
Omnic Butler this
I
time.
say that
Still
because
just,
I want to see it.
I know you do, but that was the most damage that we saw during that entire engagement right there. 20 kill streak from Ozzy. Being able to defend that objective. Goodness gracious. All right, well, that takes us to a 3-0 right now, folks. We've got one more match ready for you. We're going to be headed to either, I believe it's Dorado or maybe Havana.
No, not Havana.
I don't know. I don't have the map set in front of me,
it's
but
gonna
I
be
know
a
it's going to be one of our
payload
escort
map.
maps for sure. Want to give some love to the boss, Clean Linens, joining us after their scrim this evening. Nice to see you in the chat, boss. And it looks like Enzo in the chat saying, I don't think I've ever seen a team straight up not touch the point. And I got to be honest, it's happened. It's happened in Rose Cup. It's happened in my platinum competitive matches. Believe me, it happens. I don't know. Depending on which side of that you're on is what ends up determining how good or bad it ends up becoming. But let me know. Let me let you know it does happen. So we are currently 3-0. Canis Aureus can bring it back at least one time to help out their map differential starting off. Based on what you've seen so far, Hidden Pants, what do you think we might see?
What I'm definitely wanting to see tonight is that now we have been seeing the swaps. We have now seen Joey Monster, Mathlete, and Lady Shock coming in for Cretan, Unicoder, and Raccoon. And now with these changes, we're still seeing Snee on the starting lineup along with Ozzy. This kind of complementary DPS has been doing extremely well tonight, and we've been just seeing a tremendous output coming out from both of these players. The one thing that I definitely want to see Canis Aureus pick up on is just the halt hook combo. There have been too many times where they've been running Diva Orisa and them just not putting that kind of pressure onto the Pharah where she was just getting so much free play. What I really want to see out of Canis Aureus is them focusing more on the halt hook, having one hit scan player that's coming in, putting at least somewhat a touch of pressure onto Pharah. Because the moment that we did see a really good time was on Eichenwald with Krev switching over to Widow and then making the Pharah play around so many different corners. And that helped with the establishment of them getting that first point tick. But after that, the just everything started just snowballing into favor for Dark Allegiance. ult management coming out from the side of them. Snee just getting those backline picks and just immediately building up towards the second ultimate, and then stopping every single one of their attacks with a halt hook combo that the D.Va is just not absorbing and just getting caught out immediately. What I really want to see from Canis Aureus in this next upcoming map, I want to see that team coordination, those coordinated team ultimates coming in and just showing Dark Allegiance that they are still a team that they need to go toe to toe with.
All right, well, it is the first match of the season, so we definitely won't hold it against you, Canis Aureus, but you do have your chance to go ahead and bring it back right here as we move on to Dorado.
You know, if you hit a certain amount of pinatas, there are also Blizzard-themed candies that drop out of them.
I did not.
If you actually,
That
if you
is
look
not
at
what
some
I
of the
thought you were going to say, actually.
No, this is nice, wholesome rose cup with
Well,
just
no, I was actually going to say about Hammond and the Bells in the spawn
no.
room.
Yeah, because he sings the Overwatch theme,
He
but
sings the
nobody
Overwatch
remembers.
theme.
He doesn't. Nobody remembers what it actually is, so nobody ever hears it. So it's just like, oh well.
I have to say though, of all the emotes that came out, or not the emotes, but the
highlight intros.
The highlight intros that I enjoy the most, the surprised one for Hammond has got to be like.
Nobody's popping any of the pinatas. Come on. Oh wait, yeah. So if you actually can see, there's some that actually do come out, and there's a little bit of a circle tint to them, and it makes it look like the little peppermints that you get. And that's.
Well, how about
most of the
that?
time they're all just square.
Oh! Krev getting that early pick onto Snee after getting booped off. That was definitely not something that Snee wanted, but Snee's gonna get that pick right back as Fuse ends up taking down Clue. CA able to follow up on Snee. It looks like they're going for the double sniper comp right there as we see CA kind of take over the Ashe combo. It looks like we're going to be seeing that Widow come out from Krev during this fight. As we go ahead and see the payload moving forward, the Dynamite goes into the backline with this dive comp as well. Ozzy able to take down Newt as the sniper shot's coming in, but that shield's going to prevent anything from getting past it. Ozzy also taking down Krev as they move down to the objective. It looks like they're going to get the hook and shot onto Cactus right there as the immortality ends up falling. That is going to be a hold of the objective. 3 minutes on the clock right now, as already it looks like they were just getting ready to take down Clue. Without that Mercy Pocket, that could have been deadly.
But with seeing how well this coordination between the two tanks have been coming, the Ham and Winston just have not been coordinating their dives well with each other. They really need to be sure that they're focusing on going in and attacking one single target together rather than splitting up and trying to focus on 5 targets all at once.
All right, well, right now it looks like they do have separate targets coming out as Krev ends up taking down Ozzy with the drop. The Bob ends up coming out, but isn't going to get much of anything because Ozzy was the only one up there. We're going to see, oh, it's Battle Mercy. New coming out with the Battle Valk. Oh, my goodness. But Fuse going to end up bringing back the whole hog, ends up taking down Clue, but Fuse going to fall to Krev early after that. New's going to bring in the res, as well as Joey Monster. Now comes out the Primal Rage, looking to see if they can rage the DPS off the objective. CA able to take down Snee as Clue uses the Primal to take down a Math Elite, and that is going to be an objective 1 capture as the pick comes on to Ozzy once again from Krev. That's going to give them 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock to move into objective number 2.
Let's see, because now...
Oh, come on, man. It's not that boring just yet.
No, I'm also not feeling too hot, so that's why I'm still here. I'm still trying to do what I can.
No worries. I appreciate it.
But let us see, because we have been seeing a lot more coordinated ultimates coming out from the Hammond and Winston. We really want to be sure we can keep seeing that and they can keep this consistency against Snee and them. But Krev has been holding his own extremely well and stopping Ozzy and Snee just on his own. Doing an absolutely wonderful job.
Talk about the incredible placement on the Bob there, just barely within the shield, but unfortunately without the additional follow-up, not able to get that Fuse with the hook right there. Ends up taking Shad out of the fight. That's going to go ahead and push them back to spawn. 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock right there, and the payload is just about 1/3 of the way to its second destination. Enzo in the chat saying, feels mercy man for the for the battle, the nanoed battle Valk. Oh, and now we're gonna have a nanoed Widow looking to see if they can get those sweet picks. They're gonna end up moving everyone out of the way though, as Ozzy gets the pick on Krev. Fuse coming out with the bongoed supported whole hog, as well as the barrage out from Snee. Doesn't manage to get much of anything. That's gonna move them all the way back to the spawn, as we now see Clue coming back out on that Orisa. Now, I gotta say, I'm really surprised that they decided to switch to the Orisa Hog after just one encounter being stopped right there, because the important part of the second objective area is that you have the high ground advantage. So why wouldn't you want the dive tanks to be able to utilize that?
It depends on how well the DPS can have that spacing between both of the parties. If you're not able to have that spacing with the DPS and they're not able to get those backline picks is what you're looking for, you still want to be sticking with the simpler comps, and these simpler comps are just evolving into Bunker. Halt Hook is still one of the easiest combos to perform between two tanks, and it always follows up with an extremely powerful just pick potential.
Well, the Bob's already jumping onto the point, gets the double kill in the backline as Cactus follows up on Lady Shack right there. Fuse and Math Elite are going to clean up Newt and Cactus from the objective as the res comes in for Lady Shack from Joey Monster. And oh no! If fortune did not already favor the bold already, it looked like we have a DC for the side of Canis Aureus. Krev ended up DCing from the game, or game crashed actually. It looks like, according to the chat. So based, yeah, F to pay respects, folks.
F to pay respects. Gotta donate towards the cause. If you want to donate towards the Rose Cup, feel free to always send a donation.
Yes, absolutely. We actually will accept donations through our Matcherino page. You can either do that by completing tasks or by just donating directly to the prize pool. I believe we are currently sitting at between $250 and $300. Let me check to be absolutely specific. $256.90 right now, and this is completely brought up by our community. So this is a community raised prize pool here, folks. So if you want to get involved in that, go ahead and visit our Matcherino. They'll go ahead and give you all the connection as needs be. Grizzly in the chat saying justice reigns from the ground. Did I miss that? When did I miss that play?
You saw it whenever you were looking at the.
Oh, with just the basic barrage into the ground that nobody was there for.
I mean, however you want to look at it, I'm just here to support you and all the things that you wish to do.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I gathered. I figured like it was essentially that they were on the ground that it happened, but I guess, you know, if you got to put the ground in place, what better place to put it into? It looks like we now see the Devo Orisa come back out as we get back into the action. 1 minute, 5 seconds on the clock right now. The Nano coming out onto... Who is the Nano onto this time around?
The Tracer. And we're also seeing a backline flank coming out from the Ana as well.
See the anti-nade come in. That's going to allow Cactus to take down Fuse. Snee ends up following up on Shab, but Krev going to take down Snee. Battle Valk coming out from Joey Monster, but it's not going to be enough as the res comes in from Shad. It looks like that swap over to the Tracer is something that they absolutely needed, and Krev has been known to have quite the deadly Tracer. Here comes the move into the objective, seeing if they can hold on. Bob's going to come out, but end up getting caught outside the objective. Double Bobs, as well as the barrage ends up getting shot down by Shad, as CA getting the double kill with the Bob in the backline. Fuse comes out with the whole hog, ends up taking down Cactus, the only one left on the point. is Kriv. Ends up getting the pulse bomb, but not going to be enough as Snee takes them and Shad out of the fight. 1.21 meters, and not going to be able to secure that second objective. Round 1 going to go ahead and complete and swap on over to having the Dark Allegiance take up their attack.
That was mightily impressive coming out from Krev. First we're seeing the Widow plays, now we're seeing the Tracer Nano plays. We can definitely see a very strong player coming up with contention of Snee, but we really want to be sure though that the bigger issue is that we need to see that tank coordination between Cactus and Clue. Cactus just going Diva and not putting that kind of pressure onto Snee, that has definitely been their downfall for this evening. If they really want to be picking it back up and be changing up how they want to be taking on these next fights, focus on the halt hook combo, focus on making sure to keep those DPS in check, and then providing that spacing for your own DPS for them to do what they need to. Because having a flank Ana with a Tracer going behind in the backlines, the surprise tactic is good, but the consistency is going to drop after the first or second time being surprised.
Nope, I completely agree with you there. I want to give a shout out to Beep Boop, or Beep_Boop, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. We appreciate your support of our community. Thank you so much. Right now, it looks like we see a dive composition coming out for the side of Dark Allegiance, where once again we're going to see this this bunker-esque comp with the Orisa Diva. And honestly, I'm not for certain how well this is going to continue working.
Let us see, because like we've just been seeing for the rest of the evening, there's been a lot of things that the teams have been showing for both parties, and we really want to be making sure that with those DPS changes, there can be those potentials of new and exciting things to happen. And now with Snee being off of the Pharah, we wanted to see how well the Genji plays is coming in.
All right, let's see if that is good enough. The dive comes in, ends up missing with that jump on the Winston as they go ahead and get the DMAC onto Fuse. That's going to be a hard-fought fight to continue pushing that payload into the choke, but it looks like Canis Aureus not going to be able to move into position quite quickly. Newt able to get the first pick onto Math Elite, but Ozzy following up on the Tracer as well, ends up taking down CA. Newt ends up getting Snee, but Fuse returns the favor onto Newt right there as we see them go ahead and start holding the objective. Sleep Dart coming in onto Ozzy, but it's not going to be enough to hold them into place. That dive going to come in and look to get some additional picks right there. The remake comes in for Cactus, but not until Clue Oregon and Shad Oregon taken down by Mathlete right there. Pulse Bomb comes in onto Newt from Ozzy as the payload continuing to move its way forward slowly but surely. Pulse Bomb comes in from Krev, trying to hold on as long as possible as Ozzy takes down Cactus in the backline. Mathlete gonna take down Krev on the objective. 2 minutes 35 seconds on the clock as Snee ends up taking down CA in their backline, and that first objective gonna go ahead and be captured by Joey Monster, leaving them with 5 minutes on the clock to get into objective number 2. Diva Bomb already going in, looking to see if it can get a pick, but is not gonna get much of anything. Kreb's gonna get fused while they're demeched as Ozzy takes down Shad in the backline. Snee following up on Cactus as Math Elite ends up getting Krev, and they are just, wow.
It's a lot of staggering on staggering on staggering. At that moment, once you get those just ghost dash picks and you're able to keep pushing in with the rest of your team and nobody is just resisting the fight at all, you just have to take it as just everybody dies as all 6, so that way you can have that full 6-man immediate, and that way you can get back into the fight and you can win and you can have a better chance.
Okay, here comes the Nano Tracer coming in. Nano Tracer looking to do some damage with the blade. Ore coming in. Snee ends up getting slept by Shad, but gets woken up very quickly. Mathlete ends up getting the double kill on CA and Newt as Snee follows up on Clue, and that is going to be... I'd love to see the turnaround here, but I don't think we're going to, as the bubble ends up allowing Cactus only to take down Mathlete, but that is not going to be it. The final fight's going to be coming in as the res from Joey Monster going to bring Mathlete back into the fight. We're going to see the Primal Rage pushing everyone back. CA Ore getting taken down by Mathlete very early in the fight. We're going to see Shad followed up on by Fuse, but Crab's going to get Lady Shack in the backline. Snee going to take down Newt in the backline of Canis Aureus as Cactus ends up following up on Mathelite. Will they be able to pull it off? It is a 2v3 fight on the objective right now as Snee trying to hold on as long as possible. Ozzy takes down Krev as Cactus takes down Ozzy. Fuse following up on Cactus as the res comes in for Ozzy, and we're going to see 2 more back into the objective. Sleepjar comes in but doesn't end up getting followed up upon as we see them continuing to hold off 3.22 meters. The Blizzard coming out onto the objective. They may be able to clear it for just a moment, but the Blade going to come back in once again from Snee. Double kill, looking to make it a triple, and will be successful. Diva Bomb goes far into the right side, not for certain where that was going with that one. As they continue to hold onto the objective, they're gonna see Krev come in to touch, but not for long. Dark Allegiance walking away with the first 4-0 of the season against Canis Aureus, but it was hard fought, let me tell you.
Still an incredible display. Is this the Battle
Mercy play of the game? We got the res.
Oh, the lifesaver. Oh, so close.
Woohoo! I guess.
Pretty good. This is pretty good.
I guess. I'm not for certain what I was looking for other than the res right there, but
that was pretty good.
It was really good, I suppose. So go ahead, start popping in the chat who y'all want your player of the match to be this evening. As my cordial guest, Hidden Pants, I will allow you to give the first player of the match of Season 3.
Who, me? Why?
Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who?
Oh, okay. So, with everything that I've seen tonight, the one person I definitely want to give my love and respect to, because I already know there's someone else that's going to be picking him, but I also think he did an incredible job this evening working alongside with Snee, and that was definitely Ozzy. His picks as Ash, the dynamite follow-ups that he's been having, and the Bob potential that he's been putting out there, I would definitely say he was a player worthy of player of the match.
Nope, I completely agree with you there. And although I already know that Snee is gonna get love from the chat, I'm gonna give my love to the support that was literally there the entire time. Joey Monster just absolutely supporting the entire team, as well as making sure that Snee was staying up in the fight for a majority of what was going on. Joey Monster, you're taking my player of the match this evening as well. I'll have to half that because I remember Raccoon also coming in as well, supporting Snee during that. So Joey Monster and Raccoon, you're gonna get like my half and half player of the match this evening. Absolutely incredible. Looks like Enzo TV gonna go ahead and give some love to Krev as Dry Baka ends up giving some love to Snee in return. GG's coming out from both sides this evening. It definitely was a hard-fought match, but Canis Aureus knows where the bar is set now, and that is something that we weren't for certain of until this evening for the Diamond Division, at least, is kind of where that bar was already beginning. So it is definitely going to be an incredible matchup going into the rest of this week. Let me go ahead and give you an idea of what our schedule is. So as you know, we have been, as of last season, we were working on getting our licensure with Blizzard. I believe we have successfully done that. If not, we're still working on that. So with that being said, we do have to avoid nights that the Overwatch League is on. So you're going to see us here now Monday through Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday. So if that's not confusing, we'll make sure to put that in the description somewhere so that you'll remember. So tomorrow evening, we're going to see in the Platinum Division, Team Direwolves versus Night Wolves Academy. So we're going to see whether it's Dire or Night being the stronger of the two teams. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we'll see Wednesday night Kings Row Saints versus the Volcanic Violets, also in the Platinum Division at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Council Prime versus Frantic Ice Cats in the Diamond Division on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, and FTA Phoenix versus NSAL That's an acronym of some sort. Also at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. So once again, if you're interested in supporting our community and making sure that you know when all that action is going on, go ahead and hit that heart button at the top of your screen to follow all that action. You can also hit that subscribe button as Beep Boop did earlier this evening with the Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime or the $4.99 support. And Salty Kitten. Apparently, that's how we pronounce it, as Salty Kitten was just wanting their name said. So, welcome, Salty Kitten. We're glad to have you. So, hopefully, yeah, unfortunately, Phoenix, you're a little late. You really just kind of missed all the action that ended up going down. So, anything else you want to put out there, Crunch? Hidden Pants?
I like to race turtles in my free time.
And that's Hidden Pants for y'all, folks. I'm Captain Jack, and this has been the Rose Cup. We will see you all tomorrow night for more amazing action. Have a good one.
Bye. Have a great time.